Howdy everybody, David here, and this is another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition class breakdown on the Fighter Archetype, the Champion. And the Champion is actually probably one of my favorite archetypes in Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I mean, it's really simple, it's really basic, but yet it is really balls to the wall badass. And I mean, I'm talking with the crits and everything else that you get with baseline Fighter. The Champion is just a really strong, it's a strong class. It truly is. Now, if you're playing the Fighter, there's lots of choices that you can, you choose from races. If you want to play a half-orc, like a mountain dwarf, a human, those are all great, races for a fighter. But if you want to kind of broaden your horizons and try something different, maybe pump up your dex score instead of your strength score, you can do that with like maybe a stout halfling or one of the elvish races. And that would allow you to not have to wear that bulky plate mail. You'd get better, you wouldn't have disadvantage on stealth checks or any of the other movement type of skill checks like climbing or acrobatics for dexterity. So, but it just depends on what you want to play because it's ultimately your character and you need to play whatever makes you happy. So, those are some races that could actually help you make a decision on playing a fighter or even a champion fighter. So, whenever you hit level 3, you have to choose your archetype. And there's 3 different archetypes, and this, like I said, this video is for the champion. So we're going to go ahead and open up the baseline fighter because you're going to get everything that the baseline fighter already gives you from level 1 to 20. Whether it be the fighting style at level 1 and second wind, action surge at level 2, you get extra attacks at 5, 11, and then level 20. So whenever you're the fighter, you get all of this automatically. But whenever you hit level 3, you have your martial archetype, and that's what this is for, the champion. So the champion basically focuses on the development of raw physical power honed to deadly perfection. Basically what it's saying is you crit on more rolls than just a possible natural 20. You're eventually going to get up to rolling an 18, 19, or 20 at a higher level, which is really nice. So that's the champion. So on top of everything else that you're going to get for baseline fighter, at level 3, when you choose this archetype, you're going to get improved critical, like I was just mentioning. So beginning when you choose this archetype, at 3rd level, your weapon attacks score a critical hit on a roll, natural roll of 19 or 20. Really nice, especially for a level 3 archetype feature. That's really nice. So the next thing that you'll get for being a champion is at level 7. And this is called Remarkable Athlete. So starting at 7th level, you can add half your proficiency bonus rounded up to any kind of strength, dexterity, or constitution check you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus. So what that means is if you, out of the class skills, if you did not choose, say, acrobatics, or if you did not choose climb, then Remarkable Athlete allows you to add half of your proficiency bonus rounded up. So if you have say that you have a 5 proficiency, it's going to allow you to add 3 more on top of, the climb that you don't have proficiency in, the acrobatics, and whatever else strength or dexterity based that you didn't already have a proficiency in. Really nice. Remarkable Athlete is really nice. Plus, in addition, whenever you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier. So if you are that strength-based fighter using, sword and board, 2-weapon fighting, 2-handed weapon, then you get to add your strength modifier onto the total jump, which is then reduced from your total movement for that round. So really nice. Remarkable Athlete is a great skill archetype feature for level 7. So at level 10, you're going to get to choose an additional, second option for fighting style. So remember, at level 1, and we'll go back to the fighter here. Remember, at level 1, you got to choose one of these fighting styles. So if you were going to go sword and board, then you would take dueling. You would get +2 bonus damage +2 damage bonus to all of your damage rolls for your weapon. So say, you're taking your champion archetype and you want to add another defense, so you can add a defense. But just take into consideration, say if you're 2-weapon fighting, then you would want to take something else, like maybe defense or archery, or if you're great weapon fighting with a 2-handed weapon, maybe you'll go archery or defense, because dueling does not work with 2 weapons. It clearly states that it works with a weapon in one hand and basically a shield or nothing in your other hand. So just make sure you read those and kind of plan that out a little bit, because you don't want to really set yourself short later on whenever you do get that other archetype. So that's what you're going to get at level 10. So level 15, you're going to get superior critical. So starting at level 15, your weapon attack score critical hit on an 18, 19, or 20. So this is where the champion really starts to shine, no matter if you're using that 2-hander, because every time you crit, you do 2 weapon damage plus your modifier. I mean, it's really nice to try to score as many criticals as you can, especially because the fighter, they're going to get 4 attacks around anyway at level 20. So if you're rolling 4 attacks or action surges for a 5th attack, then that 18, 19, or 20 is really going to help you to really dish out that damage to try to keep up with like the ranger or the rogue or that wizard. So superior critical is really what makes the champion super strong. And then finally, at level 18, you're basically attaining the pinnacle of resilience in battle. And at the start of each of your turns, you regain hit points equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier. That's if you have no more than half your hit points left. And you don't gain this benefit if you have 0 hit points. So basically what this means is, if you don't gain the benefit if you're unconscious, because when you're unconscious, you're at 0. So you don't gain it, you don't get the bonus at the start of your turn. Now, if you're less than half life, as Survivor states, then you can get 5 plus your con modifier. So if you pump your Constitution up to, say, a 20, then you're going to get that +5 Constitution modifier. So you'll get 10 hit points at the start of every round. Or if you don't, you're still going to get 5 just for having Survivor, which is really nice. So, this is everything that the champion has to offer. I really like it. It's really straightforward. It's not gimmicky. It's just in your face. Here's my crits. A lot more proficiencies for skill checks. It's a really good feature. So I really suggest, I really recommend playing a champion fighter if you're going to play a fighter. So anyways, if you do need a character sheet, check out my website at tabletopping.net, and there will be a link below. I have character sheets in a 3-page PDF format for every single level, class, and archetype. So there's over 840 character sheets on the website to choose from. You just check it out, download it, and go to your game. So anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Take it easy.